Hey there guys. If you own a Jeep, you know 3 things. 1, if anybody asks, you probably gotta stop for gas. Probably do. You get 60 miles a gallon. 2, your Jeep's the best Jeep in the world. There's no Jeep better. And 3, that sound you're hearing, it's probably coming from your car. So a few weeks ago, coming off of the trail, hit a bump, and I start to hear a squealing noise. And that's never a good thing. So I check out the squealing noise, and I thought it was the relay, I thought it was the belt tensioner, because that's usually the first thing to go whenever you hear squealing. And I sprayed it down, tried to see if there was any noise coming from just the belt, whether or not it was slipping, and it's not. It started making this noise. You can hear the little chirping that's going in the distance. Sounds like a little bird stuck in the engine. But it's not a little bird. It's my alternator. Now let me specify, it's not the whole alternator itself. It's actually just the 2 bearings that are on each side of the alternator. Both of them are broken. I took it off, took a feel around with both of them. Both of them are chunking around, which means both of them have gone bad. That's what the squeaking is coming around from, additional friction that's occurring in there. Now, it could just fix each of those, replace each of those, and that would be about 10 bucks per bearing. However, my alternator is old as shit, so I don't want to keep it in there. I'll spend the $100, get a new alternator, make sure it's functioning well, and something that'll charge my battery better than what that one's doing, because I'm slowly losing charge over time here. So we're gonna fix it today with this. A brand new alternator. Oh baby. Oh, this looks so much better than what's in there right now. It's all not rusted. It doesn't make noise. Listen. Ah. Oh no. Let's get it in there. Step 1 to putting the alternator is you gotta remove, or at least loosen, the belt that's tied up to all your pulleys. Belt is loose. To get this alternator off, you're going to need 2 sockets. 1 10mm, 1 1/2 inch. Why is 1 metric and 1 standard? Because you drive a Jeep, that's why. First, take off the belt. Then, with your 10mm, disconnect the battery. And make sure you do it the right direction. Then, with your 1/2 inch, you'll find 2 bolts located on each side. One right here on the front side, behind this tube that you can't see, right there, and the other on the back side of the pulley. That came off really easy. And wouldn't you know it, they're 2 different sizes. So this closest one here is the 1/2 inch, and then the further one is going to be a 15mm. Focus, we don't need focus where we're going. Find the bolt, start wrenching away. And I'm going to use a small extension bit on this one so I can actually get to it. Disconnect. And it's free. Take new alternator. Plug. Find our 2 mounting ports. Big one goes up, little one stays down. Try to wiggle it back in there.
tight but not too tight. Make sure you don't cross thread it. And we'll hook the battery back up. There we go. Put the belt back over it. And then we'll go up tight and tighten it. Up tight and tighten it, up top and tighten it.
You may or may not be asking yourself, what is he doing with that pulley up top? Isn't the tensioner pulley down there? And the answer is yes, the tensioner pulley is down there. But I do not like going through the whole process of getting underneath the power steering pump in order to loosen up my belt. So I just take off this top pulley here. And then when I want to go put it back on, I put this pulley back on, run it on the edge of the power steering pulley right here, and then just turn the car on and it'll pull it straight on. That's probably not good for the belt, but when belts aren't terribly expensive, at least not as expensive as my time is to me. That's a terrible perspective, never do that. Always try to go through the power steering pulley. I'm just lazy. But if you want to try it this way, it's another 15mm bolt. Have you ever tried to do something, just a short little task, and then it turns out to be the biggest, longest, most drawn out thing possible? Well, that's what that just became. This was supposed to be a little 20-minute task. Replace an alternator, nice and easy, right? But no, I couldn't get the belt back on. I was trying my little trick, was not working. So now I'm about an hour late to a meeting, but I'm not salty. But I've been meaning to do that. That was the last thing in a long line of like essential chores I had to get done with this thing. So finished up replacing the alternator. Next thing we got to do is actually try to get a roof rack back up here so I can actually store things and not just throw them into the back of the Jeep. So that's my next project for the next week. I'm going to order up the parts here tonight. They'll be coming later this week. And I'll be putting a new roof rack on there. So thanks for joining with me. Until next time.